Ginger Hill Tavern was the first bar I ever drank my legal drink at. And not only that, but over the summer of 2015, it became like my bar. I don't mean I own it. I mean, which I wish I owned it. But I mean that basically, at all the bars I've been to over the years, G Hill is my home away from home. Really, I remember in that summer of 2015, I spent a couple. It wasn't very uncommon for me to go there like 6 nights out of the week, and spend. Sometimes I would just get like one beer. Sometimes I would just get an appetizer. Sometimes I would just sit there, drink water, and smoke a cigar out on the veranda outside. But I've been invited to private parties there. I know the owner. I know most of the wait staff. Well, it changes a lot because it's a college town, but I just love the place. I've some of my greatest drinking stories to my buddies, and not necessarily my buddies, just sometimes I was just there just to meet people in the town. Most of those stories come from G Hill. And there's tons of bars I love. I've talked about a lot of places. I've talked about, like, Ship, where I live now. I've talked about going to places where I went with my friends from high school. I talked about, Pittsburgh, where I, plan to eventually live someday. And I talked about Philly, where I went as a kid. But Slip Rock is, like, where I fell in love with beer. At a younger age, I never liked the taste of beer. I just liked, drinking it in high school and stuff because, well, it's just fun to party. But it's Slip Rock where I actually started to enjoy the taste of beer, not just regular beers, but like craft brews and IPAs and all that stuff, and stouts and all that good stuff. So I guess you could say this blog, Pennsylvania Beer, wouldn't exist without the town of Slip Rock. And that's like it's sort of like my beer origin story. It comes from Slip Rock, Pennsylvania, where I went to college for 4 years, where I called home for 4 years, where I fell in love with beer.